If you're young and ambitious, you cannot ignore this phase of your life, 16 to 21 years old. Most guys will waste the opportunity. They'll fail to set themselves up for their early 20s. So I'm going to give you 3 things you need to be doing before you're 21. Yeah, that have the biggest reward, the biggest return on investment. Things you should be doing after you're 21, but locking them in early is game changing. Yeah, it's going to set you up properly for your 20s. Let's go through what most guys are doing at this age. Yeah, your competition, the average Joe. Playing video games, boozing every single weekend, quick cash and pointless jobs. Yeah, jobs like supermarket, jobs that are meaningless, that are just a transaction. Yeah, there's no skill, you're not learning anything, you're just going there strictly for the transaction of time, labour, for money. Settling down too early, yeah, getting with birds, thinking you're going to be with them forever when you're just a little boy and you're young and you got things to achieve, you got goals, you got visions, and you're settling down with probably average birds in your hometown. Nothing wrong with that, yeah. And I'm not saying all of these things you can't be doing, yeah. You can't have girlfriends, you can't fucking booze, you can't play a bit of games. I'm not saying you can't do them. I'm just saying, majority of the time, you cannot be wasting all your energy on these activities. Gambling and wasting money. Yeah, people throw money away so easily. Yeah, they're trading their time for money and then they throw it away like it's nothing. And gambling obviously is bad. I used to do all these things, but I used to gamble a lot. Biggest waste of fucking money. Stupid decision. Trading stocks and crypto. Yeah, this is another form of gambling unless you've got a proper business set up, but you should not be trading stocks and crypto. Most guys will not have that much liquid cash to be trading stocks and making big bucks. It's just an excuse for gambling, in my personal opinion. It's quick money trade-offs. There's no real value there. Smoking weed daily, and again, like I said, I'm not saying you can't do any of these things, but this is what majority of people are spending their time doing, completely wasting the golden opportunity to set themselves up. But this is what I'm talking about. This is why it's important. The foundation phase. Yeah, this is what I call it. Do not overlook this golden phase of your life. It genuinely is a blessing because you're so young, got so much opportunity to make mistakes, to try things, and do not waste that doing the stupid shit that I mentioned majority of the time. These years can literally determine the rest of your 20s and even the rest of your life. Because if you can set yourself up nicely in your 20s, do the right things, solidify some good habits, become a certain type of person, you're gonna be successful. Yeah, you're gonna help yourself much better because most people, when they reach that age, they're very lost, they're very weak still, and they don't have much discipline, they don't have much good habits, they don't even know what they want to do. This is why it's golden. It will 10x your chance of big success. Just setting yourself up nicely for a few years when everybody else is lost, doesn't know what they're doing, and you've formed and created structure, discipline, good habits. It's game changing. Put together the highest ROI activities, yeah, in my personal opinion, that have changed me, that have changed my life, that have set me up nicely. They're simple but effective. Yeah, they really are simple, but they're super effective. Number one, probably the most effective. Yeah, non-negotiable. Build your body and learn how to fight. Yeah, build a physique, become strong, and learn the ability to fight. Whether that's boxing, martial arts, that's the same thing. Any mixed martial arts that is good for self-defense, I would recommend boxing. Yeah, being good with your hands. It's the best for street fighting if you get there. This is the baseline of your confidence and capability. There is a confidence you cannot replace, you cannot replicate when, number one, you're in sick shape, you're in top tier shape, and you can do that before you're 21. Yeah, it's a lot easier than you think. And the confidence that comes from knowing how to fight, it is irreplaceable. You cannot replicate it. I started off not knowing how to fight, and I started off with a fucking skinny ass physique. Yeah, I didn't have a good physique. I was skin and bone. Now I'm in elite shape and I know how to fight. Yeah, I'm not a fucking world class fighter. I'm I'm not even a great fighter, but I know how to fight. I'm not too sure who I would be and if I would even have any confidence if I didn't have these two things. This is why they're so important. Confidence goes a long way. You need confidence, and being in shape goes a long way. It's all good. It will put you in the top 1%. Yeah, like I said, guys do not know how to fight. They see red. Yeah, and a lot of guys don't have the discipline to be in shape, to stay in shape. You will genuinely be in the top 1%. Instant respect from yourself and from others. Female attention. True confidence. Yeah, this is where true confidence comes from. The ability to handle yourself. Is that the right word? To handle violence in situations and feel good about yourself and have discipline. That's true confidence. Trust from your peers. You will just naturally have more trust from people. People can see on the outside that you're disciplined, you're in shape, you can control what goes in and out your mouth, and they will trust you because you can defend yourself, you can defend them, whether it's your girlfriend, whether it's your friends. You will just be a more trustworthy person, and that's so important. Own a high value skill that pays well. Don't have a dead-end job. Don't just turn up somewhere and trade your time for money, your labour for money. Learn a skill that makes you valuable. At the top of my head, I've listed the industries that I know do well and are much more valuable than just a job. Finance, construction, sales, and barbering. Yeah, all these things are skills that you can learn that set you aside from other people. This is also key. Yeah, if it's universal and it's everlasting, it is gold. What do I mean by that? If it's universal, meaning if you can go, don't even know if that's the right word, but if you can go to any country and you have location freedom, you can use your skill anywhere in the world, like barbering. Everybody can have a haircut in their country. Everybody needs a haircut. And it's everlasting, meaning it can't be replaced by AI or it cannot be automated. You don't know what goes on or what's going to go on in this time with AI and all the things like that. So it gives you security and a guaranteed way of making money. Something I want to drill into your head that I understood from a very young age. Right, it sounds simple, but when you put it like this, it's more daunting, it makes more sense. Earning more cuts the timeline in half. What do I mean by that? If you earn £100 per day, compared to earning £200 per day, you're literally cutting your timeline in half, because whatever you work, if you work 6 months on £200 a day, it would take you an extra 6 months to earn that money on £100 a day. Do you understand what I'm saying? What you earn in 2 days takes someone 1 day, a whole day. And that's obviously so important. If you're saving up for something, if you're saving up for a business you want to start, if you're saving up for somewhere you want to go, anything, and you need the money quicker, then you need to be earning more in a short amount of time, so you have the time to do these things. This just sets apart having a fucking normal dead-end labour transactional job. Yeah, learning a skill. It's a lot harder than just turning up, and you can start your own business from it. It's so much better. So make sure you're putting your time into this sort of job and career rather than the dead ends. So you're getting location freedom, if it's universal, value. Yeah, you're building value, and value equals money. You're not just a fucking robot in the workspace that has no value. Yeah, when you're more valuable, people will pay you more money. It's just how it works. And choice. If you've got a skill, you have choice. Yeah, because you can jump from different companies, you can go to different jobs that require the same skill, and that doesn't tie you down to, say, a job that you only know how to do. Yeah, if you've got the skill, you can bounce about, you've got freedom, you've got choice. Number 3, invest in knowledge and expand your mind. So important. One of the best decisions I've made is investing in people that know things that I want to know, that are in positions I want to be in, and more importantly, reading books. I used to have the worst attention span. I couldn't read a book to save my life, but I knew it was important from what people were telling me, and I just know, intrinsically you know that books are good, that they get into your brain and they stay there. Yeah, compared to short form content, even watching long form content, if you read books, it sticks differently. It's a different type of learning, and it's better, more quality. And you got to think, people put their time, their heart and soul into these books, yeah, years, months, whatever it is, they're putting their heart into it, and there's genuine value, genuine knowledge in there from people who are older than you, who have experienced more things than you. That's why it's so important. These are the best books that I've read personally. I literally only started, it's the end of the year, I just started reading the last year. Started reading, and I've read like 15 books in 1 year, just from doing 10 pages every morning, sometimes 15, sometimes more. But these are the books that have the biggest impact for me. If you want any specific books for specific topics, you can always message me on Instagram, link in the description. So to wrap up this video, my final word of advice: if you want these years to be impactful, which they can be if you use them right, make training, lifting weights, getting in good shape, becoming strong and fighting a part of your daily life. And it will transform you, it will transform your identity. Like I said, I wasn't a fighter before, I wasn't in shape before, now I am. And it's one of the most valuable things that I've ever done. Put your work hours into high paying skills, whatever it is. It's better than a fucking dead end job. I would honestly recommend, if you're at a job that has no value, you're not learning, you're not building a skill, like sales, like on the tools, like learning things about finance, whatever it is, I would highly recommend you leave and just learn a skill. It doesn't matter what it is. You'll earn more money, you'll cut your time in half, you'll be more valuable, you'll have more confidence because you can do a job properly. I'm personally an electrician. It's a high paying job, it's universal. I can go a lot of places in the world, not anywhere, a lot of places in the world, and I'm always going to get paid well. That's a fact. But there's so many out there. Sales is probably the best. You're always going to need sales. You can do sales anywhere, you can do it online, but sales is probably the best. You need it for everything. And tapping into constant learning, the student mindset. What you've got to remember is, and what I remind myself all the time is, I don't know shit. And you need to say that to yourself. You don't know shit. Be humble. You will never learn if you become the know-it-all, and say you know this, you know that. Always be a student, always be humble, and that's how you learn. That's how the greats learn. You study any of the greats or people that have achieved big things, they'll always have a student mindset, even when they've achieved championship belts and all sorts of achievements and accolades, right? They're still learning, they're still telling themselves they don't know anything, and that's why they are where they are. My final piece of advice, envision the future. We are emotional creatures, naturally we are pulled towards instant gratification. It's just the way we're wired. It's very hard to have a long-term brain and mindset, but that is where the big success comes. That is where you get real gratification. It's difficult, right? We're hardwired for short-term gratification, but if you can just look into the future and imagine yourself in the future and remember how young you are, if you fall in this category of 16 to 21, like prime age is 35 for a geezer, for a man, but you've got time, man. Like, please have a long-term mindset. It's going to set you apart completely from everybody else who's just short-term gratification, don't know what they're doing, and then they regret it in the future. Don't be that guy. Do the right thing. Invest in yourself. Make the right decisions. That is me for the video. I hope you got some value. I hope you take some action from this video. And boys, that is me. I'll see you in the next one.